Like primary activities are related to the bounties of nature. Tertiary and quaternary activities are related to the services. There are some people who do not do manual labor, but they use their hands and their mind and the skills. Maybe they speak, they use their brain, and this is how they earn their livelihood by service. This is called as tertiary or quaternary activities. So all types of services. When we say tertiary activities, we are talking about services which have got special skills. Like chef has a special skill of cooking. A boutique owner will have special skill of tailoring, like that. So special skills are there, and they give their service in exchange of money. Like you want to get your clothes stitched, so okay, give us money, we'll stitch your clothes, and then you are giving them money in exchange of service. It mainly includes health, education, law, governance like government officials, recreation like movie halls and all restaurants, professional skills like doctors and all comes under this. Tertiary sector is a service sector. Remember, primary is related to the nature, tertiary is related to the service. Here, manpower is important. If the country has manpower, tertiary sector will flourish. If country doesn't have manpower, tertiary sector will not be able to flourish. Like you see how many people are needed. A tertiary sector involves both production, like production in the form of services. Okay, even if we are educating children, it is production. We are producing good citizens who are educated. And it also includes exchange of material, like in case of trade, transport and communication. In trade we exchange goods, in transport we exchange commodities and people, in communication we exchange ideas. So tertiary sector includes production and exchange both. This is a chart showing the tertiary sector activities. Tertiary sector and quaternary sector activities. Tertiary sector has trade, commerce, transport and services. In trade and commerce, there is a wholesale trade, like where the products are given in bulk. Retail, like small shops where you go and buy your chips. There is urban supply of wholesale and there is a rural supply of wholesale. We'll discuss it in detail. And there are periodic markets. There are chain stores like Big Bazaar is a chain store. There is a mail order. There is convenient shopping. There is public distribution system in villages. There are telephones and internet in case of mail orders nowadays. In transport, we have road, rail, water, air transport. Water transport is inland and oceanic, in the rivers and in the oceans. Oceanic is passenger and cargo, like this. So we'll talk about all this in detail now. Let's talk about trade and commerce first. So what is trade? Trade is buying and selling. If simply we are buying something or selling something, that is trade. Like this person has bought all this from somewhere and he is selling it here in the market, it's called as trade. So trade is buying and selling. Fine. The place where trade takes place is known as market. Wheresoever the trade is taking place, that place is called as market. Trading center is generally a big market, a very big market where trade takes place. Also commerce takes place. Trade and commerce, exchange of commodities and money takes place, is called as trade and commerce. Trading center. What are trading center? There are different types of trading centers. Let's see first of all how is a rural trading center. A rural trading center looks like something like this. Okay, it caters nearby settlements. That means those who live nearby in the colonies, they'll come and buy subsies and fruits and all from here. It is quasi-urban, that means it is semi-urban. It is not fully urban. It is half urban. It is rudimentary, that means it is old in style, like people are sitting, they are using sitting on the floor and selling it. So it's all old method. They're not professionals. Maybe this person is selling it for different price, same commodity sold by this person is of different price. So no professional treatment is there. Local collection and distribution, the material is collected locally and distributed locally. For example, mandis. Okay, mandi is a very common example of rural marketing center. So rural marketing centers are something like this. Urban marketing centers are something like this. Urban areas have got specialized urban services. That means you will see a person, an executive, who is going to help you with a lot of things. So you can ask her, where can I find this? So they'll help you. This is called as urban marketing center. They're very professional. There are variety of services under one roof. It's not that you are going to get only sabzi or fruits here, but you'll get clothes also and shoes also here. Okay, like Walmart is an example of it. What are periodic markets? You might have heard in some areas that there is a Sunday market or there is a Tuesday market. These are called as periodic markets. When cities are closed, when offices are closed on any day, then on the roadside, on the pavement, you will see some kind of markets flourishing like this. These are called as periodic markets. These markets take place in every country. They have temporary shelter, temporary things like farmers market is a very famous market in US where farmers come on Sunday with their produce and they make a temporary shed, they sell their products and go back to their home. So these are not regular market. They are temporary. They're also called as weekly markets. Okay, in India, Sunday markets are very common. What is retail selling and what is retail wholesale trading? We have discussed in rural and urban market that there is something like retail market. Retail market is the common shop which is generally nearby your house where you go and buy one packet of chips or maybe one something on soap or brush or something like that. So you just find few commodities. So they sell the goods directly to the consumers. We are the consumers. But wholesale market, you go together and you buy everything in bulk. Like a person who has to go and sell the products in Sabzi Mandi will go here and buy potatoes from here and then sell it. So they sell in bulk and they sell to other merchants. Generally, a person who wants to buy for daily use will not go to a wholesale trading. Wholesale trading, only the merchants will go. And these places have got a fixed shop, like for years and generations from father to son. You will find that one person later his son will be operating this shop, then their sons will be operating this shop. So there are fixed shops for years. But these wholesale tradings also have fixed shops, but they make change their commodities year after year, and they have chain stores like Reliance is a chain store. So it has chains in every city. There is no credit given because this material is so small. Like if you are buying a packet of chips and cold drink from the shop, you won't ask for credit. You won't ask that, okay, I'll pay you later. But when you're buying something like this, like 10 kgs of potatoes, 20 kgs of onion and bulk of oranges and tomatoes, and you can say that, okay, I'll pay you half now and half tomorrow after selling this. So credit is offered, large scale credit is offered, no credit is offered. So this is retail trading where small commodities are sold, large scale commodities are sold in wholesale trading.